Thursday Night Football, Foles and Brady relive Super Bowl magic. All right, let's be honest, probably not. But it's still Bucs Bears. It's an important game. Let's talk about it. Tampa Bay's got quite a few guys that are sidelined right now. The opening line on this game is Tampa Bay at Chicago. Tampa Bay is 3.5-point favorites in this game. The over-under is 44.5. That's a very low over-under typically. Although for this game, I'm not so sure. But the guys, I'm just checking my notes here. Chris Godwin's out. Leonard Fournette's doubtful. O.J. Howard is already out. LaShawn McCoy is also out. I was thinking, who else is also out for them? You look at Ronald Jones.
Barner's out too for PD.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you look at Ronald Jones. He's going to have to do it all himself, which is fine. He's supposed to be that back for them. But Rod, I have watched their games, and I think he dropped 3 passes in the first half against the Chargers alone. And that was the concern about him coming into the season. He was supposed to catch a ton of passes in that offense, but he was dropping balls. You can't bench him. And you know how much Tom Brady likes to go to his tight ends and his running backs. But you've got Godwin out. Mike Evans, by the way.
Gronk came out of retirement.
Okay. They've been trying to get the ball to Gronk. It hasn't been successful when they've tried. It's not that he's been dropping it. It's just been covered. He had 1 big catch downfield last week. Great catch, I might add. Okay. Mike Evans was limping around on a bad foot last game. So this Bucs offense may not be what we saw in the last couple of weeks. Do you see Tampa Bay still going in and blowing out Chicago, or do you think this is going to be an ugly, 17-13, 2017 game?
I mean, Khalil Mack is questionable, but if Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks, if those guys play and, Tom Brady doesn't have all his weapons and they can't be consistently good at running the football. So if you can run the ball, that slows the defensive line down. If you can't do that, that can be a long day for Tom Brady. So I still think the Bucs will win. I think they have the best overall team, but if you can't help Tom in some capacity with the running game, and you have a solid front like the Bears, they do have a solid front. Their defense is not a bad defense.
Yeah.
Even though Pagano's a different play caller than Vic used to be when he was there,
Vic Fangio,
they still have players there that can cause havoc for an opposing quarterback. So if to me, it's all about the running game. If they can't get the running game going, it's going to be a long day for Tom Brady. And I could see where the Chicago Bears, even though they don't score a lot of points, they could win this game.
The Bears last week rushed for 28 yards. 28 yards. They went to Foles, and I think I said to you last week that John Madden used to have a saying that if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got none. And we saw that with the Bears. And I told you before that game, I said, Foles is a good long reliever, but I don't know that he's a great starter for a prolonged amount of time. Now, I want to have faith in him because he has proven people wrong, including myself, multiple times. And I really like Nick Foles, to be frank. But I don't see Chicago winning this game. But at 3.5, could I see Chicago keeping it within a field goal? I could, Rod. What do you think about the 44.5 points? Do you think this game is higher scoring than that, or do you think that's right about where it's going to be?
No, I don't think. I think it's going to be a low scoring affair. I think it's going to be more like 17-14. With the Bucs coming out barely getting that victory. I just don't think it's going to get up to that amount.
Yeah, the way I look at this game, if I had to, I don't want to bet on this game. I'll be frank. This is not one I'd really want to touch. However, if you said, no, I really want to bet on this game, I'll take the under. I think that 3.5 points is so close to where the score is going to be, like you do, but I could see this being 20-17, which is easily under 44.5. To get to 44.5, it's got to be 24-21, and I don't know that these teams are going to put up those points. Hey, hope you liked what you just watched. You can always click the like button, subscribe to us, or Leave a comment below about something we said. We'd love to read it.